We're down at the Dubbo Sustainable City Expo still, and we've had lots of people coming along and looking at electric cars. And Michael, you've got a good story to tell about electric cars. People see all these nice new shiny electric cars, but you've taken a different approach.
Yes, I guess I'm starting it from rather than the sophisticated end, I'm working from the very simple end.
Right. So tell us a little bit what you've done.
So I guess I've got a little bit of a science background, but I'm not a mechanic.
Right.
Very interested in environmental solutions, and as a semi-retirement project, I've got an old Mazda Ute.
Okay.
Right, had the engine had blown up in it. I got it for next to nothing.
Yeah.
And I've taken the internal combustion engine out of the front of it. I've imported a 9-inch electric motor from the US.
Yeah, right.
Right. I bolted that onto the gearbox.
Okay.
And underneath the aluminium tray on the back, I've put a huge battery bank underneath there.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's great. So if I can ask the cost of that, so what did the electric motor cost, for example?
The electric motor cost around about sort of $3,000 to $4,000.
Right, yeah.
Then there was a electric controller in it that cost about another $1,500. There was a whole lot of other electric components. All up, it's probably cost me close to $30,000. But if I did it again from scratch now, without making a lot of the mistakes I made on this learning journey, you could probably do it for around $20,000.
Yeah, right. And as you say, you picked up a ute that had a blown motor anyway, so you're not going to pay a lot for that.
No.
So the actual cost of the raw car is fairly minimal.
Yes.
So you're basically building an electric car for maybe $20,000.
That's right.
Yeah.
And also if you're if you've got an environmental bent, then what you're doing is also saving the cost of building the cab and the chassis.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so all that embedded energy that's gone into producing those metals and putting it all together.
That's right.
So there's another saving.
Yeah, I love it.
The initial batteries I put in were lead acid batteries because they were very, very simple technology, didn't need all the battery management system.
Yep. Whereas if you're doing it again now, you do lithium ion?
Well, now I'm graduating to these lithium ion cells.
Okay.
Right? So these, believe it or not, these little 18650 cells, which you can find in laptop computers or the older type, thicker laptop computers, in power tools. So you, if you can get some of those second-hand or new that haven't been installed and they're just lying around, I've actually bought about 1,500 of these.
Right.
Right, and I'm now going to take out the 600 kilos of lead acid battery that I put in there, and I'll probably put about 100 kilos of these in. So these weigh 50 grams each.
Yeah, right.
But I can put any number of them.
Yeah, what I love, and I've seen the pictures of your ute, the engine, the old internal combustion engine takes up a lot of room.
Yes.
You take all that out and you put in an electric motor that's tiny.
It's 9-inch in diameter. So basically the internal combustion engine was sort of roughly that wide, roughly that long.
Yep.
This thing is 9 inches in diameter. It's about that long.
Yeah. And you've basically bolted it straight into the transmission. So you've got all the gears that you can use if you want. You've got everything else in the drivetrain works the way it did.
That's right.
With an internal combustion engine.
It's a very simple conversion. What I've done is I've taken out the internal combustion engine that has probably a few thousand moving parts.
Yep.
And I'll put something in that's got one moving part.
That's right.
I can literally. The bare electric motor on its own is about 82 kilos. I can just hold it. It's about my weight.
Yeah, right.
So that with a combination of batteries. So I've got lots of recycled bits in the car. I've got a Holden Astra 12-volt power steering unit.
Yep.
Right, so that runs because when you take out the internal combustion engine, you use the vacuum you lose the vacuum for the brakes.
Yep.
So the brake assistance is gone. But then you put in a little 12-volt vacuum pump, and that replaces that. And the electric power steering unit, which cost me $75 at one of the local wreckers, now gives me power steering. So anyway, I've got something to keep me well and truly occupied. And as I convert from lead acid, because I wanted to take a low risk approach, and now I'm moving to more sophisticated batteries, which are sitting in your car has several thousand of these underneath the floor. Believe it or not, that's what's driving these fantastic cars that are standing here right behind us.
Look, it's great to see you down here, and it's great to see people thinking about things a little bit differently. So continue on the great work, and I look forward to seeing more conversions as we go forward.
Thanks. It's been
Yeah.
a lot of fun. Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
All right,
Thank you.
thanks, Michael.
Okay, thank you.